You are now tuned into Black on Black Prime.
Disclaimer: no matter if we liked your movie, liked your show, or hated the show, or hated your movie, doesn't matter. We respect you, shout outs to you, and we support you, and we try to get everybody else to support you like we support you. Black on Black Prime, we stand on what we say, though.
And just like always, if you didn't ask for our opinion, we didn't ask you to listen to it. So, sorry.
Click and turn it off. I was about to.
Yeah.
Hey, man, welcome back. We are back with another woman bashing episode of Insecure.
And we are Black on Black Prime.
We are Black on Black Prime. We are no longer sponsored by Black Planet because they got the nerve to block 2 of our videos like they somebody. Don't nobody even be on y'all site for y'all to be monitoring what we post. I posted 2 videos of us and they're gonna block them. Like, no, you can't do that. Oh, nigga, fuck you and Black Planet then,
Are you
nigga.
serious? I didn't
Somebody
even
come
see
over
that.
here anyway. I'm dead serious.
They
I only
just-
posted 2 videos. They took them motherfuckers down.
Damn. Like Black Planet is, I thought that shit was inactive. I thought it was just something that was still up. But it's like people got Black Planet.
No.
Still.
Yeah.
That's wild.
But it's people out of touch. It's probably people like, I ain't going to. I stick with the old. Fuck Black Planet. We ain't sponsored by y'all no more.
Oh shit.
Fuck
people,
y'all.
People that still don't. People that still social media browse on their computer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember them days?
Yeah.
Imagine being on Instagram and Facebook on the computer. Like, wow. I remember when Facebook first dropped. I was on the computer. On Facebook, I was on the computer with it.
Yeah, everybody was Facebook and MySpace.
Mhm.
I tried to. Well, I had to when they first started doing verses because it was only on Instagram, and I tried to log in so I could see it on the TV. That shit looked weird as hell on the computer.
Yeah, I used to just watch that shit on YouTube if somebody was streaming it.
Yeah.
But-
Oh, my bad. Let me get something right quick. You don't got to stop the video.
Okay. Hallelujah. We got shirts like
no,
these.
I didn't need it. Never mind. I didn't need it.
West Side tees. That right there was
We
a
got-
little drop of the merch. You know what I mean? He all merched out.
We got merch,
on
man.
Black.
Yeah.
Check out
Look
our
like I sell crack.
check out
This
our
is
website.
the hoodie. Mm-hmm.
It's Black on Black
See that?
Prime. .bigcartel.com.
Right, and we got a bunch of different colors. He gonna make it scroll at the bottom for y'all on YouTube. If you on Spotify, say the website again.
Black on Black Prime .bigcartel.com. So yeah,
You
check
get
that out.
we got t-shirts, we got hats, we got pullovers for right now.
Yep. You know, support the podcast, and we'll appreciate it. We'll shout you out one time.
We appreciate y'all. Yep.
Yeah.
Wear it. Send us a picture wearing it. We'll post y'all on the website. So,
Yep.
but anyways, we back to Insecure. We jump in this one. What's
Season
going on? What happened?
No, I said season 4. We're just like we didn't slid right through these. No, this is season 3. This is season 4, right?
This season 4.
Yeah, we only got one more season left. We slid right through this.
Is your Wi-Fi on 5G?
Am I skipping?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, it's always me right now. Whatever, nigga. Yeah, we on see we on season 4. Damn, I don't even remember how this one started off. It starts off with Issa on the phone, and she basically say, I don't fuck with Molly like that no more.
Right, and then they went back to like 3 months before the block party started. And that,
So basically what I got from this whole season is nobody knows how to communicate.
I'd agree. Well, Molly,
That's literally this.
and Lawrence.
It's yeah. All of them. Like, nobody communicates with nobody. Everybody have a problem with somebody, and instead of telling that person, it's kind of like you tell somebody else.
You know who's the coolest friend? that probably will communicate. Kelly, that's the one that call you, tell you to fix it. You know what I mean? Like tell you to talk to your other friend about it. Like she is the friend that's keeping everybody together. Because you got what's the girl's name that played on My Brother and Me? Well, she's an adult now. I forgot what her name was. The one that the one that's married to
the pregnant one.
Yeah, the one that's married to
the pregnant one. What the hell is her name in here?
So now I got
Tiffany.
Look it up. Tiffany. Okay, so yeah, Tiffany. Even though she was going what she was going through, she didn't really communicate with her husband. He said Molly didn't communicate with each other. Lawrence, didn't really know how to communicate what he was going through. Nathan didn't communicate what he was going through. So yeah, pretty much everybody except Kelly. So
except Kelly, but nobody wanted to talk to Kelly.
Nope,
because Kelly just spoke her mind.
She's just a funny friend. Yeah.
It's funny. I always think back to when I watched it with the fresh mind when these episodes first dropped and how I felt compared to now, like in hindsight.
Yeah.
At first, the first time I watched this season, I felt like Molly was just selfish as shit. But then when I watched it again, it's like Molly selfish and Issa selfish.
Okay, I thought you were about to say
like equally.
I thought you were about to say she's not. I was about to say, yeah, she was. But yeah, Issa's definitely selfish, and their relationship is, I wouldn't even call it toxic. It's just more. I don't think I could be in a friendship like that, only because it just seemed like, I think I said this last episode too. I feel like they're bickering back and forth and they're reading each other, and they're both wrong in a lot of things that they do, and they both judge each other. And it's just like, all right, like if anything, we the same in many different ways. You know what I mean? If anything, we should be low key tighter because of that, I would think. But
but it's like even like what you're saying, with them passing the judgments, it'd be like in a sarcastic way, which makes it even worse. It'll be like Molly will say something, she'd be like, well, damn, I mean, you gonna fuck this relationship up too, like you always do?
That's wild.
And then Molly would do the same thing to her. Like it's like it's sarcastic, but it'd be real shit. Like, damn, you just gonna talk to me like that, huh? But it'd be real. What they say, it'd be true. Yeah, like it'd be real shit. But it's like, speak your mind all the way. Don't just throw a little jab out there and then get mad when I react to it.
Right. They definitely tell no lies about each other. I think it's usually when one person is jabbing at the other, it's not the right time. No, you know how somebody can, like, if I joke with you when you're not feeling like Joe, like say if something is more serious to you and I feel like, oh, you jabbing at me, I'm gonna jab back, and I took it too far in that moment. So that moment is just like, hey, like that's still a little fresh. Don't bring that up. You know what I mean? It's yeah. Because they be hitting each other when it hurt the most. You know what I mean? It's just like, you would think Molly would, I guess, kind of hold off. Her friend is having like this big thing or whatever. She never really has nothing going on ever. Like, this is her first big event, and you had to get out what you had to say at that moment. You could have waited,
right?
But you was like,
right.
Nah.
So she started the bullshit off with that. Yeah. Because I'm like, damn, you couldn't wait to. It's like you show up at her event, like, oh, girl, I need to talk to you. Oh, I'm like, my life is going through. You know everything she's doing right now. She ain't trying to be an asshole, but she literally don't got time for this shit right now. So it's like you can't get no attitude with her.
Yeah.
In that moment. But then Issa too, it's like, you see your partner going through something, let her know, like, I'm dealing with this, but we can't talk later on. You gotta kind of make time for it too. Like, so it ain't all on Molly, but it was selfish as fuck to just show up at her event. That's like her showing up at her job. She's a lawyer. She's dealing with a case. She's just like, oh, girl, I need to tell you all of this right now. You be looking like, I got till 11 to turn this shit in. You got to tell me right now, right?
Exactly. Like, I got this big case, but you want to talk about your man problems at my job? You wild. I feel like she would do that. I do feel like she would do that.
She would. And she'd sing one of them stupid ass songs that you my best friend shit. Because like when Molly called her and was like, she was like, Issa was like, yeah, can I talk to you? No, Issa called her. She was like, yeah, can I talk to you? Molly was like, oh, cool. I need to tell you about so. Issa was like, oh, damn, girl, I hate you going through that. Could you she dismissed the shit.
And that's where the selfishness you was talking about comes in. Is just really
Yeah.
like, I need you for what I need you for. You know what I mean? It's just like when, and the messed up part about it is when they both going through something, that's when they go through the worst conflict, I think. Because if they were, say if Molly had everything going cool and then Issa had the problems, which is usually probably the case, right?
Yeah.
You know, so Issa comes to Molly like, hey, I need to tell you my problems. Like, you all I got. You know what I mean? But if Molly
Yeah.
going through the worst, it's like, well, what about me?
Yeah. It's funny too, because the angle they show with this, it's like it don't matter if you got money or if you don't got money, because Issa's broke, Molly got money, but they both damn near got the same problems. Like they both got the same complaints in life. So it's like it don't matter how much you got and don't got.
That was I thought about that for a second too. I was like, man, how is it to have, like, I don't think Molly's rich, but Molly's living way better than Issa is, right? Like, you know what I mean? She's
Right.
spending the money, she's paying for most of the trips and anything that they do, Molly's fronting it. How does that work?
I don't think she does it. I don't think she fronts it all the time. Because like if you look at their conversations, they be like, Molly be like, oh girl, let's go here. And then Issa kind of be like, nah, you know I can't afford that shit. So it's like she's still letting her be accountable for her own life. Because I wouldn't want to go with nobody like if I can't afford to go. That shit would drive me crazy. Like I don't want you paying for me. And I think Issa's kind of the same way.
Yeah, nothing big. I just noticed little small stuff when they kicking it or whatever. You know what I mean? Like she'd be like, "Girl, you got the tab." You know what I mean? It's just like, "Oh, just put it on my tab." Like that last, I think this season is the first time she actually paid for something, and she was just like, "No, girl, you know," I was like, "I'll get the tip or something." She was like, "Nah, girl, like I owe you for 1,000 brunches." You know what I mean? So I think that Molly, she probably wasn't paying for every single thing, right? She wasn't paying her rent. When they would do little things, I feel like she would kind of front the bill. And I'm just like, man, how does that work? You know what I mean? Because they definitely didn't touch on any type of jealousy in this series, like as far as who was more accomplished. You know what I mean? Because you would think that Issa would be just like, man, Molly got all of this, but she never did that. She never was like, oh, that's my rich friend. And, you know, I'm going to get her for all she, you know, whatever she thinks. I'm going to take advantage of her, which she probably did, but not in a way to where it's like, girl, let me stay with you while I ain't got no place. I'm sleeping on the couch. Like, you sleeping in this high rise. I'm sleeping on my ex's couch.
But yeah, and they kind of gave the backstory to that when she was like, remember, she was like, you can stay with me. She was like, nah, last time I was over there.
You broke
and
my
she was
vase.
like, yeah, because you broke my lamp. Yeah.
Yeah. She was like, what happened to my vase and my lamp? She was just like, I didn't break your vase. Yeah. So she did offer.
Yeah.
But I think Issa was probably too proud to be like, I don't want to leech off my homegirl that's doing good. Which I think.
No, I don't think it's pride. I think it's you don't want to fuck that relationship up because that's gonna be a permanent stain. Like it's gonna be funk season. Like I said, she couldn't even get over the vase thing. So it's like, what's next? It's gonna be something you can't come back from.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of people that I probably wouldn't hang out with because of those reasons. You know what I mean? It's like somebody.
Oh yeah. I had a partner stay in my house for one weekend, and I basically told that nigga don't ever come to my house again. I wanted to choke the shit out that nigga. You laugh because you know what I'm talking about. I wanted to choke the shit out that nigga. Like, don't ever come back over here, nigga.
That was the first and the last time. I'm not one of the. I'd rather go over other people's house than them come over mine. I'm not a good host, first of all, and then I just don't like to be. Like, if you're not going to be chilling, like, don't walk around my house. Like, there's a couch. Stay right there. You got to go to the bathroom. There go. I just, like, don't look over my refrigerator.
No, I mean, because I be hosting, man, because you done spent the night at my house before. And it's been cool. Like, it ain't but it's just a respect thing. Like, don't get too comfortable, my nigga.
I don't move around, bro. Like, I'm going to ask you. I'm going to be just like, hey, bro. Can I get something out of the refrigerator? You know what I mean? I'm not just going to be just like, hey, what you got up in here, man? You know what I mean? Oh, Oreo cookies? Like, I'm not going to do that, man. I don't feel like I ever did that to any of my partners because I wouldn't want them to do it to me.
Yeah. It's just a respect thing. Yeah. So it's like you could just imagine if you lived with somebody and that shit started to come out. It's like, now you live here. And now it's like, I got to see you and I'm going to want to see you.
Yeah. I had one roommate and I won't do it again. And I love that guy. That's my brother. And I ain't never moving in with nobody else. If I can't live with him, I can't live with nobody. So it is what it is.
how did you feel about that triangle that happened? Because Issa meets or Issa finds out. Was it the end of last season or was it this season? She finds out about Lawrence and Condola. It's the end of last season. No,
that was last
it's this season. She
out
finds out about it.
No, she found out
no
about
last season. It ended with them going on a date.
So
Issa didn't know yet.
You're right. Because that's like Condola. She realized she found Condola because they were working on the block party together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was the season. Yeah. So she found out that her and Lawrence were a thing through something.
Right.
So I don't know if Tiffany knew already, but she kind of acted like she knew at the. She was just
she knew. She knew.
She was like, yeah. Well, that got a little messy, a little bit. I feel like she should have told her.
So I'm thinking about that. Is that messy? Like, so okay, how would you feel if your ex was at one of my parties and she happened to meet another dude that we both know, and it's like y'all ain't together no more. It's been a while since y'all been together.
Mm-hmm.
Is it my duty to be like, hey, just so you know, so and so hollered at so and so? It's like they don't even know that. Neither one of them know that. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like nobody's doing it out of spite. Nobody's doing it with the energy behind it.
Yeah, it's not that I have a problem with it. Just let me know, just so I won't be looking crazy. You know what I mean? Talking to this person that's dating my ex. That's it. I don't care that this person, because I don't know this person like that. Like if I know of them, cool. Right. But if you know, and I'm coming to your crib, and I get like, oh, I'm befriending this person that's with my ex. I don't want to do that.
The thing with Tiffany, it seemed like she knew he hollered at her, but she didn't know it was still going. Because remember, she was just like, the way she broke it down, she was like, yeah, oh, you mean the one guy you were supposed to go on a date one time with? You're still talking to that one guy? And she was like, yeah. So I don't think she knew that it was still going.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just feel like it was, as a friend, just let me know, especially if they're gonna be there. Not, I don't care if they still talking. They were supposed to talk, kind of talk, but just let me know if I'm coming into something that might be a little awkward for me.
But I think,
just as a courtesy.
Me personally, as a man, I would have to let you know because it would bother me.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't like the slick shit, and I don't like that my name might be attached to it. Like, yeah, we met him at Lamar party. Like, oh, and then you call me like, hey, so
Lamar hooked us up.
Like, so you wasn't gonna tell me? Like, no, I didn't know they were still talking.
I'm at your house.
Like, I will put it out there.
I'm at your house, man. Hey, Brian, you gonna go play dominoes? Nah, man, I'm about to bounce, man. About to be out. Wildin'. You wildin'.
Niggas ain't shit, man.
Yeah. That relationship was weird. I mean, I get it, you know what I mean? Because they were do you think that she stayed cool with Condola, right? Like, because you know, she could have been a business partner with her and left it at that, but they kind of became a little cool. Do you think that was because she wanted to kind of talk about Lawrence, or kind of see what Lawrence had going on, like kind of keep track of what's going on between them?
No, so I think, okay, so in this situation, I think Issa was the one who cared the least about what was going on with them. Like, in all honesty, it's like she kind of felt weird about it when she found out like, oh, you talking to Lawrence. But then after that, she went back to the mode of being like, well, I ain't with that nigga anyways. Like, I already like what we got going on. So I feel like out of everything, she cared the least. I think Lawrence cared because it's like, especially when she came like, oh yeah, we was just talking about this yesterday. It's like, you with my ex talking about me? Yeah. What the fuck? Like, that's I don't know if I could do it. I'm like, I can't be with you. Like, that shit make me uncomfortable. Yeah. So it's like he had a reason to be uncomfortable, and Condola had a reason to be uncomfortable, because don't no woman want to be friends with they dude ex. Don't know. I'm saying that as a, you know, you normally do, like most women. I'm saying most women don't want that. Just like most men don't want that. I don't want to be cool with this nigga and he your ex. Yeah. I don't want to be hanging with him. I don't want to be around him. I don't want to kick it with you, skate with you, none of that shit. Yeah. And it's like, it's not even your fault. It's just for me. For me personally, it's uncomfortable. So I understood what she was going through.
Yeah. That nigga Lawrence pressed her though.
Yeah, he did.
He was just like, "Yo,
Had to.
come outside." You know what I mean? Can you not? That nigga said it in a nice way though. He was like, "Can you not talk to me? Like, I'm trying to get to know this girl about like myself. Like, I don't want her to know things about me before I tell her." You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you don't know what you whispering about over there. Like, don't. I might not want her to know about woo woo. Like, keep that shit out your. You know what I mean? Let me tell her about woo woo. Keep your motherfucking mouth closed.
Every time I hear woo woo, I laugh. That is a funny name for anything. Like, man, I ain't got no woo woots. I'm like, oh man, hurt my feelings. Hurt my feelings.
But that triangle was definitely weird. But like I said, in that triangle, I think Issa was the least uncomfortable because she had nothing to lose or gain from that. Mm-hmm. All she wanted to do was get her part. She was working on her party shit, and it's like Condola was the best one to work with. So that's what her focus was.
Yeah, I think this was this was the season that Issa seemed the most unbothered because she had her at this point she had went through the whole thing. Now she kind of got it in order to where it's just like, okay, I got this person for this person for that. Mm-hmm. Like I'm good. You know what I mean? If it don't work out, it don't work out. Like she had the dude that was a TSA agent. He was hilarious.
That nigga's hilarious.
And then, she wasn't really rocking with Nathan, but she was kind of forgiving him a little bit. Like they were becoming like cool again, where they could text. But
it's weird ass.
Yeah, nothing ever happened. Nothing ever happened again between them. But you can tell that she was the most unbothered, and all she was worried about was that block party, which was, a kind of a success, you know what I mean? Like at first it was like, it was a success. At first it was the, she was tripping about it was a lot of white people there, and then it just built into this this big event. That's one thing I was gonna ask you, like the question about Molly not hooking her up with an artist from that Live Nation thing because what's bro's name? Chinese guy.
Not Jake. Is it Jake?
No, I feel like it started with a A, and they don't got it on IMDb. Just chilling. There's only one Asian.
Gosh. Yeah, we know you're talking about
Molly's man at the time. She went behind Molly's back to go to Nathan for Nathan to go to him to get a hookup. Was that wrong? After Molly after Molly told her, this is a boundary and I don't want to mix these things. So she did say it.
Personally for me, from Issa's point of view, no, it wasn't wrong. Because if I know somebody else that could get to him, I'm gonna do that. It's like so say if she never called Molly and just went through Nathan to get to him, it's like, would it be wrong then? Like, because she was all with the don't ask my man for favors. It's like, it ain't, I'm not asking him because he's your man. It's different.
Right.
You know what I mean? I asked the dude that I know to ask him because that's his partner. It's different if she was like to send him a text message directly, like, hey, could you talk to Vince? It's different if Molly was like, don't ask my man for nothing, and she texts him directly, that's different.
Yeah.
But she went her own way. It's like Molly was already in her feelings. So it's like anything Issa would have did, she already had a problem with it. It's like she was already in her feelings through the whole season anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Their relationship was like through this whole season, it seemed like every episode they were just getting worse and worse. Like they would be cool for a second. They'd be like, hey, they would, give each other high five, dance with each other. And then the next minute they were just like, see, this is what I'm talking about. Woo, woo. So yeah, it seemed like it was in shambles from the start. It didn't seem like it was going to last at all throughout the season, especially knowing that she was like, I don't fuck with Molly no more. Like you already know this is what that season was about. It was about friendships and boundaries.
It was like communication.
Yeah.
Communication is key in everything. Everybody in this whole season had miscommunication. Like even from Tiffany and her husband, it's like she's going through something, but she don't know how to tell him that. Yeah. And that's another miscommunication. Remember, she like losing it because she's having postpartum. She don't know she can't get no control in her life, and she can't communicate that to him. So it's like everything is based on that communication. Molly, you got a problem with Issa. In these moments, say how you feel. It's like and then they even got to that where it's like y'all was together, but nobody said anything. And Molly like, well, she ain't gonna bring it up. I ain't gonna bring it up. Somebody got to bring it up. It can't.
Right.
You can't hold on to this attitude and be like, she don't want to talk about it, so I ain't gonna talk about it. You talk about that shit. Get it off your chest.
Yeah, that was weird. I was like, we adults at this point. It's like if I put my arm out, you know what I mean? If I meet me halfway, don't be like, well, I'm just here to see what you gonna say. Like, what? That's what we doing?
Right.
You know what I mean? That's kind of petty.
It's like it's petty as fuck. And also, if we was to switch roles, like if you was Molly and I'm Issa, and I'm asking you to ask your girl, like, yeah, could you have her holler at Vince Staples, and you tell me no, knowing this event is my life, and if you show up to the event, it's gonna be a problem. Like they got to hold me back. Like, is that Brian? Is that Brian over there? Like, nah, hey, man, let that go. Like, nah, this nigga hey. Fuck you doing here, nigga? You ain't finna stroll through with wings and shit. Like, I just came to check out your little event, nigga.
X is that way. X is that way. You ain't.
Don't let that nigga in. Don't show up to my event, nigga. And I ask you to help me out with this motherfucker. This can make or break me. I'm like, man, I'm going through it. I understand. It's like I understand we got issues. You could be like, yeah, I'm gonna have a holler, but first you got to talk to me first, nigga. Like we got to clear this shit up first. But don't just be like, nah, nigga, I can't do that, and I don't want you to talk to her neither. And you show up eating wings and shit. Like, man, fuck you doing here? Trying to see if your little event went through, nigga. Who'd you get to rap for you? Yeah, I know it ain't Vince.
Yeah, it's fucked up because I actually think both of them are wrong in different ways. So it's like,
yeah,
I think Molly is wrong for knowing that her girl needed this favor. Like this is something big for her. She had one artist, cancel on her, and she needed something quick. Like it wasn't like I got time. Yeah. Say if she had like a year, and then she was still doing what she did, that'd be kind of like, okay, you could have found somebody else within a year. You didn't have to, come. But she had like a week, or you know what I mean? Like I need this plug, and she didn't give it to her, and she was, put her boundary up. Okay, that was wrong for doing that. It's cool you want such a boundary, fine. But I think she was wrong for going around. Like maybe it's me because I'm petty. Once you tell me something like, no, I don't want you to use my hookup, I'm gonna find something better. Easy. I'm just be like, you know what? I'm about to put my foot down. I don't want your hookup at all. I don't want you to think I need you for nothing at this point. So I
feel that. But so what I'm saying is,
don't come to my event though.
But I'm saying in the moment, like you said, it's like you're a desperate need. I'm in desperate need to get and you're the only outlet I have left. She called every other artist like she couldn't get nobody. It's like last minute, I could probably get Vince Staples. So if I asked you, you told me no, cool. I ain't asking you for shit no more. But if I know somebody that's talking to somebody you with, I'm gonna talk to that motherfucker. I'm like, hey man, I really need Vince because whatever you could do. It's like if I get him that way, it ain't none of your business. I didn't go through you. It ain't a favor through you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Fuck you, and don't show up either. Don't show up.
Yeah, I would have got fan.
Don't show up.
I would have got fan bills to come and perform. Nah, for real. Like I would have did something totally different, only because I wouldn't want that on me. Like once you say no, cool. If anything, I would have asked Nathan. I was like, yo, you know anybody? You know what I mean? Don't ask. And it could have been different, right? If she would have told Nathan what happened, and then Nathan went on his own to tell old boy, hey man, let's help Issa out or whatever. Totally different. But the fact that she said she went through somebody to get to that person after she said no, that was wrong. You know what I mean? But they both were. No, man. Hey, they know dude through Nathan. Don't care. I just felt like it was wrong. Like your friends say, yo, don't do this. You find a way to do it anyway, even whether it's through that person or around the block, up the corner. Hey, don't do it because I told you not to. Molly's wrong, but Issa's also wrong.
Nah, I don't feel like Issa's wrong, only because this is like a make or break moment in her life. If say you was still doing your rap shit and I had a plug, you need to hurry up and get this video out, and I have a plug that could shop your video worldwide. Because I got an attitude, I'm telling you no in this moment.
That's cool.
It's like right there. No, right there, the friendship is over. Like it's deeper than what we going through. This shit is over, nigga. It is. No, it's what I'm saying is this is a say Issa couldn't get Vince Staples. She didn't know Nathan. She couldn't get Vince Staples. that was the key to everybody supporting what you're doing, and that key is falling through. Now you're back at square one. I can't be friends with you because you held that power right there. Like that was past petty. That was some deep shit. Like you know what I'm going through. You watch me. You talk shit about me struggling all the way to where I'm at. It's like I'm at the last step and you can't help me get over. You really saying fuck you to my face.
I'm never gonna forget it.
But we ain't friends no more.
But I'm not gonna like just totally like dismiss you. I'm just not gonna forget. Like I know where we're at.
No, fuck that. I know we ain't cool no more.
I think the messed up part about it is it's all a buildup, right? Like you never know exactly in friendship what happens up to that point, because it's like whatever was going on in Molly's head, maybe Issa didn't know, and that's where communication comes in. You know what I mean? Like maybe Molly should have told Issa a long time ago, like, look, I'm tired of doing this for you. I'm tired of doing that for you. I'm tired of doing this. So Molly was at a point to where it's just like, now I finally found something. I don't never have no relationship. I finally found something I want to keep kind of close in a way. And instead of understanding, you went around, you went behind my back and did it anyway or whatever. But that's on Molly. Molly could have communicated how she felt about Issa a long time ago. Now Issa don't understand why now. Like, why now you gonna stop this? But for Molly, it was over. It built up. Her cup would have run over. She was like, yo.
Yeah, and drowning. Hey, and drowning that shit, because this is my life you're playing with now. This is my life you're playing. This ain't got nothing to do with our miscommunication. This ain't got nothing to do. This is all in your pettiness. It's like you literally have my life in your hands with this. This is her whole life is this damn party right now.
Yeah, I know.
Like I said, if you don't fuck with me, I'd have had them send Vince Staples and not showed up to your party, and then I'll talk to you after that. But it's like if our bond is that strong, I want to see you win regardless. I don't give a fuck what we going through.
Sure, I feel
like I said, we could fight after this, but I'm gonna make sure you win first. But you can't be like, nah, because I'm mad. Nah, I didn't do it for you, and I'm not going to.
No,
it's like in that moment she didn't even get, because the reason wasn't because I'm in a relationship. I want to keep that shit tight. Like, nah, the real reason is because you acting like a bitch right now. Say that. Don't lie to me. Don't lie and be like, I'm worried about my relationship. It wasn't about that. You was on some other shit.
Yeah, I feel.
And it still showed up.
I would never do that to nobody. I'm just talking about Molly and Issa's relationship, the character or whatever. Like the fact that I feel like the reason why she did it, she was already hot at Issa for all of those other reasons. So anything that was, felt like Issa was being selfish or not really, taking her life. I don't know. I feel like they both needed each other, and this is at the point that Molly was just over it. Like she got tired of being there for Issa.
This is the funny thing too. During the season, coming up to the I don't fuck with Molly situation, Issa's giving Molly advice and Molly's taking it, but she's acting like she's not. It's like she's saying shit like she'll be like, "Damn, you act like you don't want the shit to work out." Remember when they was walking and she was just like, "I don't know, I just ain't feel it." She was like, "Damn, that you act like you don't want the shit to work out." And then Molly gets the call and she's talking to dude, but then she's telling Issa like, "Oh no, it's some work stuff." It's like you hiding the fact that you taking everything I'm saying and using it.
Yeah, she's been lost. I don't know who she likes. I would have never, like, if I knew her, I would be like, "What's your type? Like what do you really want out of a nigga? Like for real, you know what I mean?"
She don't know.
You don't went from here to there. Now you over here with old boy. Like, and this is, I think the reason why that relationship was working because it was like, she wanted it to work so bad, but I don't think she ever really rocked with him like that. I'm telling you, like, I feel like
never did. I don't think she did.
Yeah, it was just like, okay, I'm here. I want to make this work. She started seeing a therapist, so she was trying something out. So just like how they broke up, do you really want this? Is the question that he asked her, and she couldn't even say nothing. She couldn't even say yes. Really, no. She had no idea.
And he was right. He was like, everything got to be on your terms. You got to. She's basically a control freak. She don't know a control freak that don't know what she wants.
Yeah,
like you want to run everything from your friends to your relationship. Everything got to be by your call or by your say so. That's just how she operates. Yeah. And I mean, just mindset, because there wasn't no real chemistry between them two. Like they had it was disgusting. Like the whole gotta eat this ass first. That was
I hated.
Yeah, that sex scene.
You gotta eat this ass first.
It's so uncomfortable. You gotta eat this ass first. It didn't the way she been. Oh man, get off me, man. It wasn't nothing attractive about that situation. Nothing attractive about the situation. But Molly don't know what the fuck she want. And she's a control freak. She needs personalities like Molly need a nigga like a Ike Turner. You get what I'm saying? It's like a nigga that just flat out don't give a fuck, because it's like you got to disregard everything she's going through. She needs to be controlled. It's weird to say, but her personality type is like that, because she's gonna run over any nice dude that she run into. It's like I call all the shots here.
Yeah, she needs.
And if I don't, I got an attitude.
She needs a very successful dude that is like a very traditional type of dude. It's just like, hey, I do this, I make all the money and do this, that, and the other. You go over there, you clean up, you make food, or telling her to do it though, being super like direct, like, hey, you go ahead and do that. Yes.
Yeah. So when I said Ike Turner, I don't mean like to beat on her. I didn't mean that. It's probably a bad example. She just need a yeah.
Don't forget that.
She need a dude that's confident enough that's gonna tell her exactly how he feel and exactly what's gonna happen. He need to take charge, dude. Like I think she would have appreciated what's his name more, Asian dude, at the party, because he didn't want to stay, and she was just like, come on. He was like, he kind of just did it because she spoke up first.
Yeah.
If he had just been like, nah, fuck that, we going home, I think she would have had a different respect. Respect for that nigga.
You ever seen anybody's relationship, like a friend or just in passing, be like, yeah, that ain't gonna work? Like just when you see them operate with each other, like when you see them with each other and they talk, you see their relationship, you're just like, damn.
It's like it's like I feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying. It's like it don't even be that. It'd be more like oh, they don't really like each other. They forcing that shit.
Yeah.
Like you could tell somebody front like, oh nigga, these days is not that happy, nigga. Like y'all doing a lot. You could tell somebody putting on that show.
Exactly.
And it's like that's what they was like. That's what he said. He said, "What are you fighting for right now? You don't even know what you're fighting for. You just want to keep this going. You don't even know what this is."
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You but you want to stay in charge though. You want to call all the shots though.
I feel like sometimes you can tell a phony nigga from a distance, and women be all in love and shit like that. We're just like, damn. Ah well, it should be all right. Good luck, nigga.
You not like that nigga like that. Stop playing. Like you can't be that blind. You cannot be that blind.
Yeah.
How did you feel about Condola getting in her feelings and just ghosting everything?
About the when they met up at that party, like she threw that party, that little Thanksgiving party.
So she threw that party. Yeah, the drunk friend basically told Lawrence that he's like a rebound, basically.
Yeah.
And then she got mad because she was like, it's a valid question she asked though. She was just like, if she didn't cheat on you, would y'all still be together? It's like that's like a valid question. I wouldn't ask in the moment though. I would have asked that when I found out you was with her.
Kind of a stupid question though. If you think it might be valid, but it's very like, okay, like we would be together if she didn't cheat. Like why would we not be together if she didn't cheat?
Well, that's what I'm saying is why I say it's a valid question, because your response will be how far we go from here. If you were responding and being like, I mean, maybe, but shit, I'm past that. I'm over her. Yeah. His response was kind of like, I don't have no response because I'm still dealing with these feelings. Even though he asked her that first, he's like, are you still getting over your divorce? It's like, nigga, you ain't even got over Issa.
I know it's a TV show, so I be hating dialogue like this though. When it's like somebody ask a person a question and they can't answer, you know what I mean? So it's just like, so do you still love your ex? And the person's like, like nigga, just say it. Like say no or yes. Like lie. You can't lie now. Like you really shitting me.
No, I feel that because I've been in that situation before. I feel why you can't answer it. I feel why because it's like, say if you already got it made up in your mind that this nigga still got feelings for her. So if you ask him, he say no, you can be like, this nigga lying.
That's
you
cool.
Ask him, say yes, your whole world gonna crumble. Oh Lord, I knew it. It's a double-edged sword. There's no way to answer that unless you could tell when a nigga's really over it. Because a nigga just be like, nigga, that was years. I'm been past that motherfucker. I don't give a fuck about but the response and the emotions behind it lets you know everything you need to know.
If I still love my ex and I'm with somebody else, like just say we're not together, and I was just like, I still love her, but I'm not doing nothing. And she asked me, I'm just gonna say no. I'm not gonna be just like you're not gonna hear me say what's on my mind. Like my mind might be just like, yeah, I love her, but I'm gonna tell you like, nah. Like why would I tell you yes, or why would I stutter like an idiot? See, that's what I'm talking about. I knew it. Like nah. No, I don't.
Hey, it's easy to say when you ain't in that moment, but when you are, because I done been that gangster with it too, though. I done been that gangster with it too. Like nigga, yeah, I'm yes, still in love with her. Yes, I didn't I didn't feel like that too. Like it depends on who you're answering to. It depends on who you're answering to, because it's like just because I still love this person and ain't fully over it, don't mean I don't want to be there. It don't mean that I don't want to get over it. You can love somebody and not like that motherfucker at all.
I mean, we all know how to talk ourselves. We all know how not to talk ourselves out of some draws or whatever, right? So it's like if you're in a situation where you need something to happen or you want something to happen, you're gonna do what you got to do. You're not gonna stutter off of something that you want. Like if you really want this new girl and you feeling a certain way about your ex, right? You're not gonna say, I don't know. You know what I mean? You're gonna move on, and whether you love her or not, you're not gonna stutter. I don't think. I would never do that.
Nah, I'm just saying because I only speaking from hindsight for being in that situation.
Yeah,
the stutter happens. The stutter happens because you don't want to say anything that's gonna push that motherfucker away, and the stutter is the reason why she was pushed away temporarily.
Yeah,
it was the stutter. It was the when you care about what you're about, when you care about the question you're about to answer, it's like it's hard to if you care about the person in front of you's feelings, it's hard to just be honest or to just flat out lie. It's hard to do either one because it's like you want to be honest, but then you don't want to say something that's gonna put a roadblock right here for a motherfucker you don't necessarily want to be with anymore. You just happen to have those feelings. So it's like it's fucked up either way.
Yeah, that's true. Do you believe in the? It's not even really a saying. It's just something that I heard from a few people. You like one person should like the other more in a relationship. It should be one person that likes the other person more.
I don't because I've heard that saying before too. I don't know how you necessarily measure that.
I mean,
you know what I mean? How do you measure who likes who more?
I mean, you can't always tell, of course, like, you know, if you don't know the couple or whatever, but there are situations to where the person, you can tell that this person is like into that person a little bit more just by the way that they act versus the way that other person acts. It's just like, oh yeah, you know, you can tell he's just there. You can tell she's just there. And this other person is just like all over the other person. You know what I mean?
Right. And in those situations, it rarely works. Or in those situations, one of them is getting cheated on. If you can spot one person liking the one person better than the other one, it's always a fucked up. That's the one when you be like, you look at these motherfuckers, be like, they ain't gonna last. I feel like those are the relationships when you look at them and be like, oh, this shit ain't going nowhere. It's like you see this, you see the one that's carefree and the other one that's like running behind them, caring about their every need. Either it's going to be a fucked up one-sided relationship, or that person is going to end up hurting the person that's chasing them in the long run.
Only reason why
no, go ahead.
I said the only reason why I brought that up because I felt like what she said about inviting him to the event. You know what I mean? I feel like a person that likes you, right? Like, you know, is into you a lot. It's not going to make you feel like they weren't going to invite you, or, you know, they don't want you around. She was just like, well, I didn't invite you here. I would have felt, I feel like this is like a messed up thing to say to somebody that would make me feel like, even though it could have been, I could be totally wrong. And that moment, I'd have been like, she don't rock with me like that.
Right. It's like, cause it's like, why you say that? Nobody even asked you that. Why would you say some shit like that? Like, cause what if I in turn be like, I only came so you didn't look stupid.
Yeah.
Like now you in your feelings.
Yeah. At that point,
because I'm gonna blow you. I'm gonna hit you with a blow back. You ain't finna just talk to me like I was a fucking stringer. Like I begged to be in this motherfucker. I don't even like your friends. You know what I mean? I ain't want to be in this motherfucker.
Yeah. I was trying to make something. You can tell that at that point he liked Condola more. You know what I mean? Because he was the one that was willing to, make that, to say stuff that normal people really don't say. Like, you asked to be invited versus inviting yourself for the most part, especially when you begin dating somebody. Like, I'm not going to invite myself over your family's house. If you like me enough, you would invite me.
The way it happened though, it was like mid conversation. It wasn't like a.
Don't know what she said it.
It wasn't like she was like, yeah, how she said it happened. Like when she was like, you invited yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It was more so in a conversation. It wasn't like he was like, oh, what you doing today? And she was like, I'm having a party. Oh, can I come?
No,
it wasn't like that.
He kind of like,
you know what I mean? So
if he said it, but it's like, what could you say after a person says that other than like, if you say no, it's going to be messed up. But they were laying in bed when it happened. And then she tells him like, I'm having this little thing or whatever. And then he kind of was just like, you want me to come or something like that, right? So if she would have said no at that point, it would have looked a certain way, possibly. He would have been like, well, damn, she didn't want me to come.
Okay, so devil's advocate though. So if she said that, like, oh, I'm having this little get together at my house, and he was just like, cool. So I guess I'll see you tomorrow. It's like, how would she feel? Like, damn, he didn't even want to come. Like, he didn't want to ask.
Well, guess I'll see you tomorrow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, guess I'll see you tomorrow is wild because it's like now you're saying I'm not going.
Why though?
Because it's like, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. It's like you can't even ask me to come because I already got something planned. I plan on seeing you tomorrow now. Now, if you'd have just been like, oh, okay.
No,
sure.
no.
Tomorrow is a key word.
No, I'm saying in the moment, like in the moment of somebody, it wasn't like she was like, I'm going out to dinner with my friends. She said, I'm having a get together.
Mm-hmm.
This is a girl you're trying to build something with.
Yeah.
She's saying she's saying like, because we've been doing again with the relationship movement, they're doing relationship shit. Mm-hmm. So if she says I'm having a Friendsgiving, it's like, what do you in conversation, what do you say after that? Tell me what you say after that.
Oh, that's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
But even you saying that, you genuinely mean like that's what's up. In her mind, really. she could take it as, oh damn, you don't want to come?
That's not. I'm just gonna say that's what's up. It's open. Like, so I'm not gonna say, well, I'll see you tomorrow. Have fun with that. That's letting you know that I'm not going, even if you ask me. But if I be just like, oh,
but I wasn't invited.
I'll be like, that's what's up. And if you say nothing else, I'm not gonna think nothing else of it. I'm just gonna think that you're not ready to introduce me to your friends yet, and that's cool.
I just feel like, okay, damn, and it's funny. Every situation has to do with communication.
Mm-hmm.
Every situation, like in that moment, that the communication could have went so many ways. Like he could have not just been like, oh, you want me to go? Because he's literally asking, like, it's like some people take it personal. Like if I tell you I'm doing something intimate with my friends, we trying to build something. If I'm telling you I'm doing something intimate, I kind of want you to want to be there. But it's like, how do I know you want to be there? You know what I mean? She didn't give off the vibes of him of not wanting to bring him until she got a little until she felt a little way later on. And then it's like, yeah, well, I didn't invite you. It's like, but I was here though. Like you was smiling and giggling and introducing me all your square ass friends. Like don't try to flip the energy now, because if I didn't show up, they'd be like, oh, where's Lawrence? Oh, where's Lawrence? Yeah, my friends asked about you all night. You weren't there. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's a double-edged sword.
And I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna sound stupid, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I think, and this is only because of the type. There's so many different types of women or whatever, right? Like if you find a good one, cool. Like you made it. You're good, right? You know what I mean? And that will work for you. But sometimes I think, depending on the person, communication and vulnerability and all that could be bad in the beginning. Like when you're trying to like meet somebody, because if you communicate or a little too vulnerable, a woman can look at that just like, now I know too much, or you've said too much, or it's just like, damn, like you want to talk too much. Like it's too much at one time. Like, as in the beginning, it's supposed to be cool. It's supposed to be like what do they call it, honeymoon phase, all of that. You know, it's supposed to feel fun, not like work. And I feel like communication is a relationship thing. If you build it, if it's too early, I feel like it can be overwhelming. And that might just be for a certain amount of women. Like some women be like, oh my God, I need a man to communicate with me early on. I want to know everything, blah, 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 blah. But I feel like you could say too much.
It's produced too. And the thing is, everybody communicates differently. It's some people that don't like talking to phones, some people that only like to text. It's people, everybody communicates differently. And like I think, like you said in the beginning of the relationship, you don't really know. So you don't. So him being like, "You want me to go with you?" It's like he knows from communicating with women before. When a woman opens that door, it's kind of like it could be taken as an invite, or it could be taken as I'm just telling you what I'm doing. So the thing is, for me, if I was doing like a house party and I was just talking to somebody, I didn't really want them to come. If they're like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "I'm probably just kicking it with my partners." I would say something like that, kind of like not like I'm not hosting it, even though I know I'm hosting it. I'm not giving you too much information so you can try to interpret that how you interpret that. I'm giving you enough to let you know I got plans, but that's about it. It's like it's different from, it's like if I say I'm kicking it with my partners, then you tell me what you're doing. But if I'm like, yeah, I'm doing this Friendsgiving or have everybody come to the house, it's kind of like, what do you say to that? You know what I mean? That can be interpreted as it's kind of an invite to you. It can be taken that way, or it can be taken as I'm literally just kicking it at the house with my partner.
Yeah, just like
it can be taken either way.
Either way, yeah, definitely. Because I would not take that any kind of way. I would be like, you just told me, and that's it. Because if I'm going to invite you anywhere, it's going to go just like this. Hey, Lamar, you know what I mean? We having a barbecue, you know what I mean, over here at the house, me and the wife or whatever. Y'all should come through. I'm gonna follow it.
But this is the funny thing too, and I feel like this is more so how men communicate. We speak more direct. Before we get off here, if you lived around the corner from me, you was like, "What you about to do today?" "Oh, I'm about to barbecue." You wouldn't feel like, "Oh, this nigga's inviting me to the barbecue," unless I say.
Yeah, I'd be thinking that's
unless I say that, because
I'd be like, he's having a family barbecue.
Yeah, it could be anything. It's like for us, we have to kind of go by what you say.
Yeah.
But if I was talking to a woman, especially a woman I'm dealing with, and I said I'm having a barbecue at the house, I would feel personally like, I don't know how she's taking this. I don't know if she's taking this as me saying anything I'm doing intimate. It's kind of like I don't know if she's taking that as an invite. And then I wouldn't be like, because I wouldn't say, like, I would make sure I say it as vague as possible if I didn't want her to be there. I wouldn't say anything intimate. It'll just be kicking it with the partners. That could mean anything. That could mean we going to a club. That could mean I'm going to somebody else's house. That don't mean I'm hosting nothing. But if I personally say, like, yeah, I'm barbecuing at the house and a couple of friends over, I've made the situation intimate. Even though I haven't invited you, I've made it intimate. To where it's like, so it's like her getting her switching on Lawrence and being like, I didn't invite you. It's like, now you playing semantics. Now you getting smart because you got an attitude. You wouldn't have felt like that if you wasn't in your feelings right now. This conversation wouldn't even happen.
Not at all.
If you wasn't in your feelings right now. Yeah. So it's like, that was a bullshit angle for her to take.
Yeah, she was cold in that moment. Like I wasn't feeling that. I would have had some feelings about that. I might have not came back. I might have been like, yeah, this ain't gonna work out. And they were kind of new. I don't know I don't know how many months or whatever passed by, but they were a little too new anyway to me. I felt like it was only like a month or two they was dating, and they, it was just
you do not know me like that.
Yeah, like I'm not fixing your sink. I'm not coming over to your house. I don't care about your friends. None of that. Like all that's gonna be a build, and it's up to you to build it. Like I'm not gonna.
Yep.
Push my way down, push the door down and be like, hey, I want to meet your friends. I want to meet your family. Like, nah, like we chilling. You didn't say come to the Thanksgiving thing. I'm not coming, and I'm going to be at the house. If you need me, hey, call me when it's over.
Yeah, it's just for me, if I was Lawrence, I would I think I would have read it the same way he read it. I literally, if I ask you what you're doing today and you say, I'm doing a Friendsgiving, at the house, my friends, I would take it as, you kind of inviting me, but I'm gonna beat you to the punch of your invite because I will feel like if I don't say anything about this party or do you want me to come, you're gonna feel away later on when you call me like, oh, you're just out with your friends.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I would feel like you're gonna feel different about it later on, even though you ain't invited me.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
Because a lot of women do that. A lot of women do that. You should have known shit. We don't be knowing shit. Like if you don't say it, we don't fucking know it. Then don't get no attitude about it.
Yeah. Now
you should have known I wanted some fries. When I asked your black ass if you wanted some fries, you said no. You should have known I wanted some anyway. How the fuck I know that? Say what you mean.
Now we in a relationship, we married. I want to be asked to do everything. Oh baby, I'm going to the Beyonce concert with my friend. I was like, I like Beyonce. Where you invite? You know what I mean? What's going on? I want to roll. You know what I mean?
But the thing is, now when you marry, you don't get invited. You get told. Yeah. So it'd have been like, we going to the Beyonce concert. Like, man, that's how we know. It'd be like, oh, we got to go to the store. Oh, we got to go to this party Saturday. You don't get invited to shit.
I was like, at this point though, and like I said that because my wife is going to Beyonce concert. It's like I'm not going to be at no concert with 3 other women. It wouldn't happen like that. So she, decided this is what I'm doing with my sister. It's like, I'm not mad because it's like I'm planning something with my boys at another time or whatever. It's just like, after a while, you know what I mean? Like what's going on. You
know what ain't for you. My wife and my daughter going to Beyonce next Wednesday. They know she know good and goddamn well I don't want to go. Like she didn't even ask me because she know I don't want to go to that shit. Like what am I doing there? What am I going for? What the fuck? Like I be like, hey, yeah, me and Brian finna go to this Vince Staples concert.
Like,
she be looking like she wouldn't ask no shit like that.
Like have fun. That's
right. That's it. It's like we already know, but that's being married. Like you said, this is fresh. This is fresh communication. They don't know how to communicate. There's no communication. There's no real communication within their relationship because they don't know how each other communicates yet.
Yeah, like everybody here, like we all got issues, man. Like we all got like our own little problems and stuff like that we go through that nobody else know about. Everybody in this series had something. Right, like it wasn't just like nobody was perfect. Like they all were kind of messy, a little toxic. But you would think they were kind of grown out of that at this point. I think they were like all in their early 30s. I think that's what it was. Not sure.
I don't think you ever grow out of that.
Yeah, so I mean, if they don't, they're gonna be like that forever. So it's like, even though we know that Issa and Lawrence, they end up together or whatever. Like, if it didn't work then, you think it's gonna work now?
Yeah.
You think it will?
Yeah, it's all about getting used to somebody's bullshit. It's all about getting you. Well, I don't want to say somebody's bullshit. You got to get used to the type of person somebody is. You know how certain people act in certain situations. You got to learn to live with it. Like you said, they 30s. They're not going to change. All they're gonna do is slow down, but they're not going to change.
Yeah, Molly, just like you said, until Molly finds like this perfect guy that has all of these things going on for him and it is very traditional and and is I guess what do you want to call like a man's man, whatever. There's that's probably the only way, and she's probably still going to mess that up at some point because she might get embarrassed. He might say something in front of friends, whatever it is. Like if Molly was a real person, she probably should just have a what do you call those people? It was not a new word, but a lot of people doing it now. The polygamy. She might as well practice that.
No, all she got to do is look in the fucking mirror. The problem is she thinks she's perfect and she's not. That's Molly's biggest issue. The biggest issue she got is with herself. Like, you don't got everything going for you. Like you're not as perfect as you think you are. You feel like you're the top of the food chain, but a nigga will walk right past your dumb ass. Like, I don't want you. Like, if she'd have met me in the club, I'd be like, back the fuck up. I'll crush her whole pride. Like, you think you the shit. Yeah. For me, being around a woman who thinks she the shit, there's nothing more irritating than that.
Yeah.
There's nothing more irritating than that. It's like being around a nigga who think every woman want him.
Yeah,
like, nigga, calm down. You know what I mean? It's those type of personalities. Yeah, yeah. Those type of personalities, you gotta chop them motherfuckers down. Like, ain't nobody even looking at you in here.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Molly the type of woman, like, I don't know if you've accidentally bumped into a girl and she just think you trying to holler at her. Like, man, back the fuck up. I'm trying to get to the bar. You know what I mean? Like, she got that personality. Or the one nigga that this is my girl, I walk in with my girl, she meets you, you feel like she like you for some reason. She just kept staring in my eyes. Nigga, everybody don't want you. You know what I mean? She got that personality to where it's like you got to bring yourself down to the reality of it. You are average in a lot of these motherfuckers' minds. Don't nobody want you like that. So you got all your judgments. You look at yourself first.
Yeah. I definitely have been through that with the somebody thinking I said something to them. I had a whole Facebook rant about it. I was upset because I was trying to actually tap the other person next to her because my friend wanted to talk to her. So it was so crowded to where I couldn't get there. And I'm just like, my friend want to talk to you? Relax, Michelin man. I was hot. I was just like, you ain't never been tapped in your life. Don't ever. Only person that ever tapped you was say, excuse me, that's my Starbucks cup. That's the only time you've been tapped. Like, don't do that.
Yeah. A lot of people be full of themselves, man. They got to get chopped down to reality. And when that world come crushing down, they look stupid as fuck.
Yeah, that's true. So is there anything else in this season? I mean, there's a lot of other things. Like, we talked about Molly and her relationship with the guy, and we didn't really talk about her and the brother, like that whole situation, but that was kind of like small. Then you had
that shit.
Nathan he was diagnosed bipolar. He's found that out. I get that, but at the same time, he could have told her like, "Hey, I'm a ghost for a while or whatever." It's just like, I got some stuff to deal with. That would have been easy text, but it is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Even if you couldn't at the moment, in hindsight, nigga, say something like, "Hey, I was going through something." Say something. You don't just show up with no flower pot.
Yeah, it's weird. Easy text. What else? Postpartum, we kind of discussed that a little bit. I mean, that wasn't really nothing to talk about because that was like kind of the last episode. I mean, I don't know.
We just kind of wrapped up the season with.
Yeah,
we kind of wrapped up with the season with Issa dealing with the fact Lawrence got Condola pregnant and being back with the last person, the one person fully had your back in the long run, and now they both at square one again, and now they need each other because they've always needed each other.
Pretty much. Two messy ass niggas.
Finally have communication. They end the season with communication that everybody needed through the whole season.
Yeah, so it is what it is, man.
Season 5 coming up. Yep, is what it is. Talk to people, man. Say how you feel. Speak direct. Stop talking in code. Stop trying to have motherfuckers read your mind. Stop throwing out hints. Say how the fuck you feel. Everybody communicate differently, but the way you communicate is the way you should communicate. Don't assume I know shit. You got an attitude. I ain't finna tap into it. Fuck you. I don't live with you.
And
I wish a nigga would outside of my household get attitude. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Go home. Hey, I don't give a you ain't paid none of these bills. I don't give a fuck. And that's from the heart.
And with that communication, know that you also have to understand and comprehend that person's communication as well, because that goes unsaid a lot. Like, communicate, but if that person don't understand how you communicate, or if that person just didn't understand, like that person just took what you said, they just heard it and didn't take it in. I feel like that's the worst. You're just like, I told you that. Well, I said this. I said that. I was just like, why? I didn't understand you. You didn't. You didn't really tell me nothing. You just said it.
You said it.
Yeah,
you said it, but I don't know if you meant that shit or not. You saw me. I'm watching TV. You said that shit. I didn't hear you for real. Like, have me respond. Shit. You know if you've been with somebody long enough, you could tell what they heard and what they didn't. Don't try to flip it on them like, well, I wrote it down in this napkin. I didn't read no fucking napkin.
Learn how that person,
you know what I mean?
Learn how that person comprehends as well as you learn how to communicate. Like, they go hand in hand, I feel like.
Yeah, like, you know, when I wear blue jeans, I don't like eating beans. How the fuck am I supposed to know that? Like, just because that's going through your mind, you know what I mean? Say that shit out. I don't read no fucking minds.
Blue jeans and beans, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. How the fuck I supposed? Oh, you got blue jeans on. No chili tonight. Oh fuck, I don't know that. Communication is everything. If you know, if you know you communicate in a certain way, if you feel like I don't ever comprehend what you're saying, let me know. Hey, every time I tell you something, you seem like you don't get what I be saying.
Yeah.
Then I'll start listening in a different way. But don't just assume I know shit, because you ain't gonna get the reaction you want. And I'm not an arguer, so you're gonna feel even worse about it. So you getting loud and whoop loud, I'm shutting all the way down. I don't got nothing else to say. Go home. The fuck home. I ain't finna raise my voice at you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's all I got to say about it. That's all he got to say.
That's it, man. Like, share, subscribe, talk to us. We talk back everywhere. If you there, season 5 will be dropping. Our season 5 review will be dropping soon. There is no Shy this week because they on some bullshit.
That's me, y'all.
So we about to start doing some throwbacks or something. Like, we ain't finna keep playing these games, these motherfuckers.
And I feel sorry for women. They're trying to break tradition, man. They're trying to break tradition for what?
And you don't say it every video, but you say it at least once. I want to say once every third video you say that shit.
I'm gonna keep on doing it.
But anyways, man. We out here, man. Insecure season 5 comes soon.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify and follow us on IG and TikTok.